Got it. Well, how's it going, patrons? Welcome back to another video. I'm here with one of you.
How's it going, guys?
My friends James and his wife Haruka have come from Japan. You guys might have remembered them from a YouTube video I did last summer when I visited Japan. I came to see these guys. We got along really well. Now they're here in Taiwan coming to visit. We're doing a bit of riding. How you guys liking it so far?
It's brilliant. It's brilliant, isn't it, Harry? It's great.
Yeah.
It's completely different, like, set from Japan.
Stunning.
Uh-huh.
Really different.
It's brilliant.
Yeah,
so much fun.
it's
And I get
fucking
to wear
cool.
this.
You get to wear your baller ass helmet. Yeah, we rented them a scooter. It's been great, hasn't it?
It's been wonderful. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a lovely little beast.
The reason I'm making this video for you guys is to show you my new scooter that I got. I just got this S-Max, Yamaha S-Max, and yeah, we've just been carving up the mountains, stretching its legs a little bit. I'm really happy with it, and I figured I'd talk about that for a bit. Well, we head back to Taichung. We've made it up into the mountains. We were going to go to another town, but we just don't have enough time. So yeah, shall we head back?
Let's do a Yui and
Alright. What do you call them in England again?
U-turn. Oh, Yui.
A U-banger.
Oh, in Australia. U-banger. U-banger.
U-banger. Alright. Hello! Ooh, Jesus. Cutting it close, eh? Alright. So yeah, so this is a Yamaha S-Max, and I'm going to talk about this bike a little bit, why I got it, and yeah, so here in Taiwan, as you'll see, as I'm riding through these mountains, you'll see that people in Taiwan love to ride. Look at that nice bike there. People just come up to the mountains every weekend and just carve it the fuck up, and they ride fast. Like, these people can ride circles around me. They're incredible. I'm going to ride a little bit slower today because, you know, mountain riding is not really for beginners, and he's got Haruka on the back, so I don't want to, you know, you don't want to be a dick and just fuck off. So yeah, so people carve up the mountains and they have these nice scooters and bikes, and it doesn't really matter what you have. If you have a set of wheels, I mean, people fucking love coming up into these places and riding, and that's why I got this, because it is a little sportier, and Yamaha makes good scooters. I've only ever ridden Kymco, and Kymco is a local Taiwanese brand, and they make some damn good scooters. I like their bikes a lot. I tested the Kymco Racing 150, which I drove in Hualien for that video, which is now down. And I tested the 180, which is really quick. I mean, they're fucking fast, and I feel really comfortable on them because I've always ridden them. But I wanted to give Yamaha a try because I never have. And there's two bikes that Yamaha is selling like motherfucking hotcakes. It's the Yamaha Force, which I think M13 is driving, and the Yamaha Force is a lighter version of this with an upgraded suspension. Where the fuck is James and Haruka? They might struggle. They've got a G6 from Kymco. It's not a bad scooter, but they're gonna have to get out of the way of that bike. It's carbureted, and they might have a bit of trouble getting up these hills. So anyways, so it's on paper, the Force is better than this bike. This bike is the S-Max, by the way, or the Smax, and it's better on paper. I know it's better, and it's even cheaper when you buy it new. But for some reason, I just felt better on this bike. And when it comes to riding, oftentimes it's not the stats of the bike or how popular the bike is. That's a nice one too. It's how you feel on that bike. Whoa! That guy's a loud fucking bike. It's just how you feel on the bike, like how much at home are you on the on it. And I felt better on this. There's a reason for that. I think that for some reason, at least when I ride, I have to see a little bit of the bike when I'm riding, whether it be the mirrors or whether it be the cluster or whatever. I want these guys to go ahead of me, but they're not. Whether it be the cluster or whatever, it just makes me feel more comfortable when I can actually see what I'm riding. This is why I don't like sports bikes, because you're constantly, you know, you're leaning completely forward, and you can't see anything. You're just head first and all that shit, and that scares the fuck out of me because I'm a giant pussy. And with the Force, its gauge is not like on this one. I'll look down and show you guys. I don't know if you can see. The gauge sits here, and I can't see it, but in the S-Max, all the gauges are deep in there, and they're LED lit. The Force doesn't have any LED lights on it to make it cheaper. And I love that. I really like the way this bike feels, even though it's pretty much the same. The seating position's the same. It's the same everything. But it's, for me, I don't know why, I just felt more at home on this bike. This one's a 2016 model. It's actually the first scooter I've ever, like, bought so new. So I think it's the first scooter I've ever bought. Because back in China, I would just like get them. You know what I mean? Just find them around, fix them up, and ride them. But this is the first bike I've ever like actually dumped a shitload of money on, and it was expensive, too expensive. But I got it from a shop, which is nice, because I know that, you know, if something goes wrong, that I can take it back and be like, what the hell? You know, and I could probably got this thing for like 10 grand cheaper than what I got it if I got it on a private deal. But with a private deal, like, you don't really, you know what I mean? You don't know if you're buying some kind of piece of shit. You don't want to get dicked around. So that's why I got this bike, and so this will be with me for the next little while. And yeah, you know, I was talking to you guys earlier in the last video I made, and thank you guys, by the way, for the support in the comments, being cool about it and being understanding. Because I mean, if you guys look at the comments from that last video I made on YouTube, the one I did with that British girl Jess, which I already told you guys wasn't very good, but the comments were like, you broke up with Christine, you're a fucking idiot, blah, 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 blah. I hate that shit. It's fucking annoying. Like, people know more about the relationship than I do. But anyways, but I just wanted to say thank you guys for that. That meant a lot to me. Yeah, so yeah, now that James and Haruka are here, we constantly talk about life in Japan versus life in here and how different it is and stuff. And I'm really happy they get to see the mountains, and they also, you know, we were in Taipei a few days ago, so they got to see the big cities, and tonight we're gonna go to the night market and have some drinks and have some fun. So I'm really glad they got to see that stuff. And you know, talking about life in Japan, as I fantasize about it because it looks so fucking cool. It looks awesome, and I loved it when I went there. And I just think, look at this fucking dog just chilling. Look at this dog, doesn't give a fuck if he gets hit by a car. Well, he already has. He's missing a fucking leg. Christ. He should probably move. You know, and I'm watching Haruka and James here having a fucking ball here in Taiwan. I'm really glad, you know. I think they're happy. And I'm glad because, you know, I'm trying to show them around and trying to, you know, I really want them to have a good time, you know, because James at least, you know, he showed me a good time in Tokyo. We had a fucking blast. I drank with them until like 6 a.m. It was a lot of fun. And I want to do the same for them. And they look, you know, they're talking like, oh man, we can't do this in Japan, or this is so different from this. And it really makes me look back on Taiwan and be like, you know what, this place is fucking awesome. Like, I am so happy here. Now that I have this bike, it's just really lifted my spirits. I love the fact that on weekends now I'm going to do a whole bunch of trips. Taiwan's just so fucking cool. So I think this bike will be with me for that period of time. And I do like the fact that, you know, it's a Yamaha. These things are going to last. Yamaha makes, you know, everybody knows Yamaha makes damn good bikes. I love this part. There's a bunch of goons here with their Honda Civics and their scooters and their motorcycles, and they sit here and look at the view, which is a really pretty view. But yeah, all these young kids come here and this is where they go. It's fucking cool. But yeah, hell of a view, eh, boys? It's a hard balance to strike between looking at the views and not dying. So yeah, so Yamaha's gonna make a long bike. You know, Kimco does too. I'm not saying there's a company that's like particularly shit at making bikes, but Yamaha I know is gonna last. This thing, I actually just found out. I found out after I bought it, it's fuel injected. I had no idea. I didn't do very much research. I just knew that when I sat on it, I was like, yep, I want this. And then I was at work and I turned the key, and when you have a fuel injected bike, you can hear it. So you gotta wait a second or two, and you can hear it go like, just putting pressure on the fuel lines basically. And I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck, is this fuel injected? And it is, and it's liquid cooled, I think, too, which is fun. Well, these guys take pictures of people going by, which is cool. Yeah, just look at all the people here just having a good time on their bikes, you know? I love this shit. This makes me happy. This is why I moved to Taiwan. I mean, I was talking to Seamoke about it back in my later days in China, talking about where I should go, and I wanted somewhere close to all these mountains. I look at this. Would you look at that? Fucking cool. And he's like, man, go to Taiwan, you know, and I spent a year and a half here. You know, I had that SR-150 that I went to Winston. That thing fell apart. Just ate itself. Wasn't a very good bike. And then I was saving up for a new bike, and I was borrowing Christine's grandmother's bike, and you know, that wasn't going anywhere. Just a little 50cc. It was just to get me to work and back, and it did. It was a fine little thing. And now I got this. I know I can finally do what I've always wanted to. It just took me a long fucking time. So, yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to show you guys the bike, share with you what it's like. It's a monoshock, which is interesting. A lot of scooters to have dual shocks. And by the way, all these trees here, these trees are beetle nut trees. That's that nut that me and Seamoke tried, and that a lot of the poor people eat here. Not eat, but chew. Man, they're gonna have a hard time on these corners. I should be a little slower just to, yeah. It's hard on a bike like they've got and with two people, and if you haven't really ridden, James rides. He's got bikes in Japan, but you know, it snows where he lives. He lives in the north, so he doesn't get to ride it all the time. But I don't want them to feel like they, you know, when you're riding with someone and someone's faster, you have to feel like you have to keep up, but then you're riding beyond your ability without even knowing it. I don't want that to happen. So yeah, Monoshock, it's a 155cc, I think. They're really popular. They sell really well here in Taiwan, of course, because everyone just loves this shit. It's just great. It handles well. I'm still getting used to it. I don't lean too far over just yet. I'm still getting used to it. But ooh, it handles nicely. It's got nice pickup. I like fuel injection because the power is immediate. It comes on. It's strong. I have no problem in the hills. Like carbureted bikes kind of gasp for air a little bit when you get higher up, but this has no problem. And I like that. I like that. However, if this was in China, I would have hated it, because in China, a lot of the people that worked on bikes don't know how to work on fuel injection if they break a lot of times, and it is more expensive to fix than just a carburetor. Carburetors are nothing. So I like that fact. It's fast. I mean, I think I had it. I took it for a ride when I was on break, and down this long stretch of road where there were no cars or anything, and I was pinning it, and this thing seemed to, maybe it was going uphill a little bit, I don't know, but this thing didn't seem to want to go past 106 kilometers an hour, which is weird, because I've seen videos of people on S-Maxes, and they're like, no problem on the high. Ooh, fuck me. That was a mistake. You're not supposed to brake halfway through a corner, Prozzie, you fucking idiot. I just, I scare myself sometimes. I just don't know the road, and take it easy. So the power is immediate. I like the way it leans. It's oof, this road's a little not very well put together. I'm gonna come off to the side here and let these guys go ahead. Or this guy. There you go, buddy. So yeah, what was I talking about? It's not a light bike. Ooh. It's not a light bike, but I'm trying to fucking adjust my glasses, look at my visor down. Fuck, I'm dumb. But it feels light. Like when you're running around a corner, it feels together. It feels, the suspension works. It's well done. It just feels put together. It doesn't feel all waggly. Like the SR150 I was riding earlier, that felt very much like a wiggly bike. Like it didn't feel like the front tire was connected to the rest of the bike. And that was annoying. I didn't like that at all. Where the fuck are James and Haruka? That's a little girl having fun on her scooter. Almost ran into the other end of the other lane. I'm just gonna go a little slower, wait for them a little bit. There they are. Nice, BMW. So yeah, so it feels like a light bike. I really like the way it handles. I think I scraped the sides once already. But I can imagine myself doing that quite a lot. Look at these views, boys. Isn't that nice? So I can't wait. Every week I'm going to do this shit and take you guys up there. All these Honda Civics are going to go by. Better pull over, let them go. Well, let's get over here and then pull over and let them go. Just because, you know, these kids in their fucking souped up Civics want to go fast, and I don't want to keep them because that's annoying. Let's just pull over and let them go. There you go. Off you go. Off you go. Off you go. There we go. Let's see how they're doing. How you guys doing?
Yeah, fine, man. Yeah,
good.
Good?
Having a good time? Yeah? Do you want to go ahead a little bit of me? Good, dude. Go for it. It's cool, man. We rented that scooter for them, and it only cost $800 for like 3 days. I mean, it's technically 2 days. $400 a day. We're going to give it back. We got it yesterday. We're going to have to give it back tomorrow before they have to catch their flight. So yeah, $800 for all this time. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then this has given us the ability to just drive to where we want to go. We don't have to worry about taxis. So, yeah, I'm just so happy they came to visit. I love it when fucking you guys, patrons and stuff, come to visit and do this shit. You know, I think if you guys were to come visit in Taiwan, obviously, like I've been with them since they got here, I'd fucking recommend getting a scooter. I'd also recommend staying for like a week if you wanted to see everything. They've only stayed like 4 days, but it's enough. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. This is it. This is my bike. I don't know if I'm gonna name it, but I like it. I like it a lot, and I'm super excited to have a newer bike, because I've never had newer bikes. I've always had older bikes, you know. So that's it. I'll be back for more videos. Also, I released a video talking about how I didn't really know what I was doing. If I want to take more time, and I think I'm going to take more time. I think I'm gonna film a video with how to cook James in the night market, talking about stinky tofu and stuff. And I'll take my time and see if I can make it like better. And if I can't, well, then I guess that just means I suck dick at making videos. And I'll go back to weekly stuff. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay positive. I'll catch you guys as soon as I get the chance to make a video, which should be soon. And enjoy your week, guys.